with the mid-season patch finally being here in Marvel Rivals, giving us the rest of the Fantastic Four. That being the Human Torch as our duelist and the Thing as our vanguard. In today's video, I'll be going through these guys' kits and give my final thoughts about them at the end. So, with further ado, let's talk about these two new heroes, starting with the Thing. First, let's go over the Thing's passive, Unyielding Will. This passive makes the Thing immune to all forms of CC or any form of displacement. The Thing's weapon is called Rocky Jab. By tapping this weapon, you'll do a 2-hit punch combo. The Thing's first ability is called Stone Haymaker. This ability makes the Thing charge up a punch to deal heavy damage. This ability has no cooldown and gives the Thing about 50 health shield. This ability also pairs well with Rocky Jab with a charge up punch first, then hitting them with Rocky Jab. The Thing's next ability is called Yanking Street Charge. This ability makes the Thing charge forward and using the A and D key moves the Thing around for 5 seconds. Enemies you run into will be knocked up. If you press shift again early or you just wait until the duration of this ability ends, you slam down, dealing, damaging, knocking up, and creating an AoE effect. This effect prevents enemies from using any form of their movement abilities. You also gain a 200 health shield while using this ability, and it will start to fade away once the duration is over. You can also just double shift just to do the AoE effect. The Thing's next ability is called Embattled Leap. This ability allows the Thing to leap onto an ally, providing him and that ally a damage reduction buff for 3 seconds. This ability has 2 charges and is one of your main ways of escape. Finally, we have the Thing's ultimate called Clobbering Time. The Thing will damage all enemies around him, knocking them up and stunning them. Now let's talk about its 2 team-ups. The Thing shares a team-up with the Hulk and Wolverine, allowing the Thing to throw Wolverine. Last is his team-up with Invisible Woman, which also affects the rest of the Fantastic Four. This allows the Thing and the rest of the members to gain a damage reduction buff, and when you press C, it will transfer any missing health into shield health during the time they took that damage. Now, to the Human Torch. So before we talk about the Human Torch's abilities, we have to talk about a passive that isn't named in his kit, but something a few characters already have in the game. That being able to fly around the map at any direction. The Human Torch's weapon is called Fire Cluster. The Human Torch throws pellets of fire, meaning if you want max damage, you want to get up and close to your opponent. This weapon also uses charges you can see under your crosshair as your ammo. The Human Torch's first ability is called Plasma Body. This ability, when held, boosts the Human Torch's movement speed and has no cooldown. Instead, it uses a meter that will slowly deplete when used. The Human Torch's next ability is called Blazing Blast. The Human Torch fires a ball of fire that deals damage and leaves a flame field behind. Enemies who are in the flame field will take tick damage. This ability has 3 charges and ties with his next 2 abilities. His next ability is called Pyro Prison. When you have 2 or more flame fields out and are close by, you connect them, dealing burn damage to enemies in that line. You can be pretty creative with this ability and make a box trap to your opponent. This ability is on a 15-second cooldown. It's also important to note that any flame fields you create after the Pyro Prison will not connect. But what you can use them on is his next ability called Flaming Meteor. When you're in the air and looking down, you can dive onto an enemy, damaging and knocking them back. If you land on any flame fields you create, you'll deal extra damage. Finally is his ultimate called Supernova. This ultimate empowers Blazing Blast and Plasma Body. Plasma Body can be used infinitely without costing any meter, and Blaze Blast transforms your flame fields into flaming tornadoes, dealing massive damage to your opponents. You have a maximum of 3 tornadoes on the field, and firing Blazing Blast with 3 tornadoes up will make the latest one disappear. This ultimate lasts a total of 8 seconds. Now we'll talk about his team-ups, but just only one of his team-ups, since Invisible Woman's team-up with him is the exact same as the Thing. His team-up with Storm is called Omega Fire. When both of these guys use their ultimates, if Human Torch fires Blazing Blast at Storm, she will make her ultimate catch on fire, which will increase the size and the damage of her ultimate. So, what are my thoughts on these 2 heroes? Like I say, they're pretty solid. I think I prefer Mr. Fantastic and Invisible Woman more when it comes to gameplay to me. While I think the Human Torch is a very fun and interesting hero, the Thing just kind of lacks a little bit for me. Maybe I just need more time getting used to him, but the thing is strange with him feeling more dive heavy CC tank will also be able to support allies with damage reduction. That ability is fully dependent on having someone nearby you, and you can't just apply it to yourself. I feel like they could maybe change this ability where you can also hit it on enemies while still getting that damage reduction, and maybe slightly increasing the damage they take. I'm probably talking like 10% at most. The Human Torch on the other hand is really fun. I personally love how Pyro Prison works, and I think it's a fun way to deal damage and has a good amount of creative freedom to it. But those are my thoughts on the Thing and Human Torch, and what do you think? Do you like these heroes or no? Let me know down in the comments below. But that's wrap up today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button and go to the channel. Hitting that subscribe button, that would be appreciated. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out and have a good one.